Welcome to Sent by Heaven on YouTube, and my name is Isela. I'm the owner of Sent by Heaven, and this video is to create an ice cream cone. So there's two ways that we can make the ice cream cone. And we also introducing our ice cream cone embeds available on an Etsy shop. And there's two ways. One is with the ice cream scoop, and the other one is with the um, piping or swirl. No swirl. Yeah, with the piping. So I have already my wax already made. I'm prepared here, but it's a little too hot. So while we're working, it's 149. So while we're working on making this one, we're gonna let this one rest a little bit on the fridge so it can cool off by the time that we're ready. Just bear with me a second. All right. So because we're gonna use the scoops, and the scoops are normal, I make the scoops normally with a powder soy blend. It might be a little hot, needed a little more heat to melt. So I'm gonna first add my wick and be sure it's stable. So then I'm gonna hold on. Oh, this one doesn't have the tab. Let me get, I'm using CD12 for the scoops. If you use soy to make the scoops, I would recommend CD10, or you can use CD12 too if that's what you prefer. Okay. All right, so we're back. I have two more CD12. Once again, you're gonna try to have a skewer, and depending on the size of wick that you're using, you might have to go a few times just to be sure that it's gonna be smooth passing through for the wick. Once again, we make it stable. You just press it down and it will be able to stand up, self-stand. And this type of candle we'll consider a pillar, but I'm going to tell you a few suggestions that you can use them, and also give them the suggestions to your customers, so it's easier for them to manage their candles. So we're gonna use our heat gun, and we're gonna melt a little bit of the top just to warm it up, so that way we know it's gonna hold the scoop. And you can do it again. Ah. And you can center it. Once you center it, you're gonna do a little bit again with the heat gun. Just so they can bind with each other a little more. Once you do that, your ice cream is secure. Your first scoop is secure. And we're gonna start adding the second scoop. I have to open it a little bigger. Once again, we're gonna have the heat gun and kind of do the same thing again and bind the two scoops together. It will create a nice effect of melting ice cream. So, and if you want to be a little extra, who doesn't love extra? I love extra, right? But let's do the other one once again so you guys can see. You have to be careful. If you use soy, it can break easily. Okay. So that make our spoon scoop. That's still simple. No big thing, but still look cute. So another one I'm gonna do. Is a single scoop. I think I have to make it bigger. Okay. We stabilize it, making sure that it can stay standing. Okay, just a second. I'm gonna get some embeds. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I have our cherries and strawberry embeds. That I'm gonna put around here because I'm gonna use them again soon. And we're gonna Let me take a look on the wax that we have, the soy wax. Okay, well, that happened. I'm gonna tell you the recommendation. This is some glasses that I have here. You can use small 6-ounce glass to put your ice cream when it melts, and that way your candle, one, it will last longer. So because right now if you burn it like this, it's gonna be like a pillar candle, and because it's not meant, this one is not meant to tunnel, it will melt very fast. So I recommend always to put it on a cup and let it melt. And actually when you melt it, it kind of melt completely. It will be almost like this side of the glass, so you will still have all this as a candle to be burned. Of course, if it's taller, so you can include a cup to your customers, or you can give them like that and just let them know that they have to put it on a cup. All right, so let's take a look of our wax now. Yeah, we wait too long. It was almost ready, but don't worry, I always have a solution for that. That's why I always use a metal spatula. Because I can heat it on. Get everything the way I want it. So at the same time, you're learning how to troubleshoot it. So this is normally how you troubleshoot your piping if it's too hard, or if you let the time pass and it got too hard. I'm gonna do a little more, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be ready. Yes. And you can easily pour almost like an icing. We got a cherry on top. Let me check this up now. Yeah, my piping is almost ready. So I'm gonna use a little more in here. So now it looks much better now. Should we make it prettier? Sure, why not? Let's get some sprinkles. Let me get something to hold those sprinkles. Hold on a minute. Let me use one of this. Just gonna use a little bit. Once again, you do the same thing. Also, our sprinkles are available. These are real wax sprinkles. We don't use food sprinkles. We're gonna let it set properly, and then we're gonna trim the wig. So now we're gonna work on our piping. Yay! So our wax is already pretty much solid. So because this is all the same fragrance, I'm just gonna scoop whatever is left in here. Okay, and once again, if you're doing if it gets too hard for the piping, this is the way I troubleshoot it. You're gonna have your heat gun and a metal spatula, normally used for baking and in prepostery. I don't know if I say it right. And you're gonna heat up your gun. You're gonna heat the spatula, and then you're gonna put it on your wax. And mix until it gets soft again. And you don't need to make it too hot. Trust me, it will melt fast. So it's not on the consistency for piping that I want. So I'm gonna weigh a little bit. So while I weigh a little bit, I'm going to clean a little bit this. And also I'm gonna prepare the other two and my piping. So for this one, I'm using CD10. Just hold on a minute. Whew. Okay, so let me clean it. I'm just making the hole a little bigger. Sometimes the wig have difficulties passing through. Once again, we make it stable Okay, our ice cream is there. Now let me prepare my piping bag. And the scissor. That's my scissor. Okay. So we're ready. We have our cup for our piping. Okay, so let's check our piping now. Still a little too soft. So we're gonna wait at least 5 minutes and then come back to it. So I'll be back. Okay, so we're back and our piping I think is ready. So it's not coming up. And if you're asking what type of wax I'm using for the piping, I'm using soy wax 415. That's the type of wax that I always use. Even for my regular container vessels, I use only 415. And no, I do not add anything at it. For the pillar, yes, that's a blend, and I have to add a few things. But okay. Okay, we're not finished with this ones yet. Right now, I'm gonna let it harden a little. We can have our strawberry and our cherry on top, but there's something else I want to do. To these candles so it can look scrumptiously delicious. One second. Mexican. Okay. Whew. Making candles during the summer is a little bit of a nightmare. I'm gonna let it harden a little more. Alright, so we have our cherry and our vanilla. They look yummy. Oh my goodness, I feel like I want ice cream, especially with this heat. Alright. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I know I put the heat gun down, but I need it again. I'm gonna need it again. We're gonna have our wax sprinkles. Because I'm a kid at heart and I love sprinkles in my ice cream. I sure do. Just do this to break some of them in case if they're too big. Okay. That looks so yummy. Oh my goodness. Once it gets a little harder and it's completely solid, then you can finish shaking the rest of the sprinkles. And yeah, so you don't waste your sprinkles. I always recommend to put them on a container, then you do that way they last you long. And trust me, a bottle can last you a long time, depending if you do a lot of candles. Good for you, yes. But it can last you a long time. So for this one, we're gonna use, for the cherry one, of course, we're gonna use chocolate. Yes. Once again, I just, with a spoon, I'm kind of chopping that. So whatever they're too big, they can be. And you get your ice cream. Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit for a little longer, and then we just trim the wick, and that's it. We have our ice cream cone. So what do you guys think? Isn't that gorgeous? That looks scrumptious, delicious. And it's okay if it looks like it's leaning, because normally ice cream normally tend to lean, in my opinion. I'm just tapping so whatever sprinkle didn't get attached to the wax can fall off. That look amazing. This one is already, so where is my dun, dun, dun. And there you have it. Doesn't it look scrumptiously delicious? And they smell yummy too. Oops. It happens. but you can see even it fell, the other one's still intact, so that's a good thing. And like I say, if you want it to melt, I recommend to put it on a cup. So I hope you guys like this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Please stay safe, stay strong, stay blessed. Bye.